Hi, my name is Brian Mullin. You know, I often ask prospective students this question. How many people do you know who've learned to speak a foreign language well enough to get compliments by native speakers of that language? I don't, of course, mean people that have been exposed to that culture or have lived in that country for an extended time, or who have a university degree in it, but the answer invariably is, I don't know anybody. And you know what? I've only ever met one person like that, apart, of course, from my own students. In fact, I have met several people who have lived for an extended time in other countries where they needed to use the language, and I'd be embarrassed if my students spoke that badly. If you study at Mullin Language Studio and do the little bit of homework that we ask, usually less than 10 minutes a day of listening and repeating, you will get compliments. People often say, "Well, I tried to speak their language, but they just switched into English." You know, I very seldom hear Mullin Language Studio graduates say that. Now, if you wanted to learn to play golf, you'd pick up the club and practice swinging. For piano, you'd sit at the bench and use your fingers to start playing. To learn to swim, you get into the pool. To learn to hear and speak a language, you listen and speak that language. Sitting at the back of the class with your mouth closed while someone stands at the front and talks about the language in English will enable you to get very good at sitting with your mouth closed, listening to people speak English. But it's not much use in learning to speak a foreign language. So, make an appointment, come and sit across the table from me, and I'll do the rest. Waiting to hear from you.